We are headed to Kings Mountain State Park in South Carolina, which is kind of interesting. Kings Mountain, the town, is in North Carolina, but the state park is in South Carolina, just across the border by about half a mile. And it's a combination national park and state park. And we're gonna go check it out. So the entrance to the park is 3 miles long, down a very pretty road with old-fashioned split rail fencing. We have all sorts of things to do here. There's a lot of neat stuff here, a lot of history. I guess this was a big battleground. We are getting closer. Some of the signs are a little tricky to follow. We weren't sure we were going in the right direction. It was a long road, but it seems like all of these roads are kind of long. This is a big place. There's another sign saying campground. Great big huge parking lot for the picnic area, I assume. And dumpsters. Playgrounds. It says all campers must register at the trading post. So we're gonna go in. This is the trading post. Looks like you could get gas here, but I think probably not. All the things on the park. So we got a cute little trading post, camp store, and registration area. Got all your basic stuff. Here's a quick map of the park. The campground anyways. Lots of campsites. These are rustic tent sites over here. These are all electric and water. So, leaving the trading post registration area, going through the campsites. The campsites are in tall forest, so not a lot of bushes or shrubbery to separate the campsites. But some of the sites are way down little spur roads. There's an A-frame. With their outside shower hooked up. There's 2 bathrooms right next to each other. Oh, here's a campground host. There's one of those drive-through sites. Outside corner sites. Kind of nice into the woods type of things. They get kind of close though. There's a great big 40-footer. Wily old squirrel. Park here for a minute. Bathrooms look a little old and rustic. Interesting light switches. Not bad. Showers. Showers are free. Regular crummy shower heads. Double things. No soap dish, but there are pads and seat. It's nice. Bathrooms are nice. The toilets are alright. They've got paper and everything. The doors are like massive. Not bad. Site recommendations here. There's I wouldn't recommend 50, 51, or 52. They're very short sites, way up on a yick. They're just icky sites. 55 isn't bad, but it's not very flat. 59's in amongst the crowds. 62 is a nice long site with electric and water. 67, 65. They're all good sites. I don't like these very much. Here's 71's a nice site, but it's already taken, of course. If you want to be where the action is, 74 is right next to the picnic pavilion, the recreation pavilion. We'll go over on to the other circle now, which also seems to be fairly new and fairly electric. Seems like they've done a lot of pad repair around this one. 86 is a nice big site, but it is really unlevel. 88 looks a lot better. 94 right there, just you can't tell it's a site. There's 95 over there. It's a nice little site. Somebody ran over that one's water spigot. '97 has a great big long driveway. And it goes way down there where you can see, just barely see the tent. 97's a premier site if you ask me. But it's the farthest from the bathroom, that's for sure. But, you know, it's like I say, wherever the dogs go, I can go, so. Now, I'm not sure what this is, but we'll go into this, because this looks like a brand new bathhouse. And this is a much more modern facility. Boy, this has a real handicap stall. It's got, you know, it's got hot water at the sinks and beautiful mirrors. It's got 4 big, beautiful showers with a soap tray in the back there, although they're single faucet shower valves. Ooh, look at the size of this monster. This is the handicap stall. It seems to be the one people like the most. My current experience with handicap showers is they're not always the best shower head. So if you want to be right across from that bathhouse, it's a site 104 is right there. It's a very tiny site. And it looks like it's on top of a burial mound, but it does have water and electricity right there. And I suppose that's where you could put a good tent. And the bathrooms do have parking spots for people that are not within walking distance or too lazy to walk. Back on the trail here, we're at the 111, 112. These aren't too bad sites here. 114, they're nice and deep, but they're pretty close together to the other sites. There's the dump station. Little rudimentary dump station, but it probably works. Of course, lots of garbage dumpsters. Oh, there's 2 dump stations. So there's another dump station, and there looks like they're building something new here. Who knows what? Here's the picnic area and playground that we drove in past, and it has a little bathroom. They have some pretty good hiking trails. All through the park. A couple of miles long. The equestrian trail is 15 miles. Kings Mountain National Recreation Trail is 16-mile loop. Ridgeline Trail is 10 miles. The farm trail is 1.5 miles. Nature trail is a half mile. But here's some of the trails and the key for the trails. This is just an old building that is on the historic register because of this beautiful construction. And they don't do much with it. It's kind of fallen apart and moldy inside. So now we got to climb all the way back up these stairs. Just down the hill from the campground is this pretty nice looking lake. And I can't tell if you can swim in it. I don't see any other swimming stuff, but I think you can probably canoe, kayak, fish in it. I'm sure there's fish in it. I see a lot of life. We're right on the road as it goes over the outlet. It looks like a real nice little lake. This here is the park office, and this building was built in 1777, and it is just handheld timbers squared up and stacked. It's a log cabin. You can see on the ends the joints. But it was on Bullock Road in North Carolina, and they moved it here to the Kings Mountain State Park, South Carolina. But it's a pretty cool building if you ask me. I don't believe the air conditioner in the window is original to 1777. But, nor the roof, of course. It's got a nice tin roof, a nice area. And I'll bet there's wildlife that live underneath it. We will check out what the Living History Farm is about. We got some time, so let's go. Well, it would appear that the daily park admission is $2 for the Living History Farm. I don't know if that's for the park or if that's for just this, because I haven't paid anything as of yet. I don't have anything. This is a pretty neat old building. Again, hand-sawn thing. It's a bathroom. Wow. It's men, and this is women. And the women's has a fireplace, which is pretty typical of the women. Look at that beautiful butterfly. I wonder if he knows why he's here. Come here, you. So this is the Living History Farm. My battery's going to die before we get through this. It's a little more about the farm at Kings Mountain. You have the chicken coop, the outhouse, the smokehouse, the home, carpenter shop, they're building something new over there, or and here we are. We didn't really go down the road too far. Here's the Kings Mountain Military Park. We're gonna go into the visitor center. It says buses, trailers, RVs go one way and everybody else go the other way. Don't touch anything. Don't disturb anything. Don't bother anybody. They do have bare and recycled containers. Over to my right over here, I see historically accurate tents and cooking areas. I don't know if they're having kind of an encampment or if they always do that. This is the battlefield trail. We probably will not have time to get on, but we will get over and get into the visitor center anyways. We have to detour over here for a second. I think I saw General Washington. We have a couple of reenactors. Here's the center. Ooh. A map with, there's a museum. Let's see if we can get in here. We've gotten through the store, and as usual it's really dark in here. Neat explanation of how the loading rifles worked and all the rifles that were used in the military campaigns. Each one of these trees, these massive trees, is a story. I assume that somehow they...
At this exhibit, you're greeted by a large
there we
illustration, some 8 feet high and 14 feet around, titled Over Mountain Campaign.
We don't have time to listen to those, unfortunately, but it's pretty nice. And they're, I think you just walk in.
This large illustration is
you
titled
just walk in.
Patriot Militia.
And it's got closed captioning.
Fighting from different stances protected by a tree.
Things that were found. Musket balls that were found. Men fighting the British and winning the war for us. Back in the days when men were men and the British were red. There seem to be a lot of enactors here, or wannabes anyways. A lot of kids dressed up. So that's just a quick review of Kings Mountain State Park and National Battlefield Memorial. And I was down here, so I figured I'd run over and do it. I'll throw it up on the YouTube and hopefully it'll help somebody in the future. All right, folks, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're not. Give me a thumbs up. Click on the thumbs up and leave a comment. If you're new and I don't know you, tell me something about yourself. It's great to know who everybody is and what they do, where you camp, whether you have dogs, cats, lizards, birds, whatever. All right. Thanks, folk. We'll see you later. Bye.